This computer, which of the following is true about class designation? Beneficiary must be part of the insured immediate family. It determines the succession of beneficiaries. It's not allowed. Beneficiaries are not identified by name.
So all my children is a class of beneficiaries.
Okay. Okay. So really it should be
Yes.
must be part of the
D.
insured.
No.
Oh, it could,
Remember, beneficiaries can be anybody.
okay, so they don't need to be identified by names.
No, if I, instead of listing out all my children, you could say all my children.
Yes, that's
So-
what we do on a
right.
beneficiary.
Right. So that's the answer. Okay.
Which of the following is true regarding examination of financial affairs of insurers? Director must be examine all insurers. Examination must be conducted at least annually. Examination not conducted by an AIC. Examinations expense are responsibility of the insurer. Um, D.
Yes. You
Individual
didn't
has,
you didn't submit the answer, but that's all
okay,
right.
yeah, I did not.
No. Okay.
Individual has been making periodic premium payments on an annuity. Okay, the annuity income payments are scheduled to begin after that's deferred.
Right. Yep.
If an insurer has fewer assets, okay, the fewer assets than liability, and is unable to pay its financial obligation for at least 3 years, the insurer is considered insolvent.
Yep.
What characteristics makes whole life permanent protection? What characteristics makes whole life permanent protection? Um, Coverage until death or age 100.
Yep. Permanent for your whole life.
Mhm.
Okay.
All of the following are true regarding a decreasing term policy, except the face amount is steadily declines. That's true. Throughout the duration of the contract, that's true. The death benefit is zero. No, the contract pays only in the event of the death during the term, and there's no cash value. That's true. Payable premium amount steadily declines throughout the duration of contract. Not entirely sure, so it's either B or D, but I'll go with death benefits is zero at the end of the policy term. Uh, that's true. And D.
D is the answer because the premium stays the same throughout the entire length
Yeah.
of the contract.
And if he doesn't die, then he pays $0.
Right.
So which of the following terms is used to name following terms is used to name the non-tax return on unused premiums? Um, Dividend.
Yep. Dividends. Unused or overpayment of premium.
Is that terminology different from dividends received in investments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Policy
Mhm.
dividends versus investment dividends, completely different.
That's interesting. That's the hearing for a deceased order must occur within how many days of order death? I don't know. I don't remember the number.
15.
Okay. Yeah.
They have to give me 15 days notice by certified mail if they want me up in Columbus for a hearing.
Okay. All right. All of the following are non-forfeiture options except what is non-forfeiture in life insurance? What's non-forfeiture in annuities?
Well, non-forfeiture in life insurance means that there's cash value left in a life insurance policy and I'm not allowed to forfeit it. In other words, the insurance company has to make sure I get it back. It's very similar with annuities.
So
right?
pretty much the term
Right.
is used
So in this context, we're talking life insurance.
okay. All of the following are non-forfeiture options except so we have money left, that's cash value. So reduced paid up, extended term, interest only, cash surrenders. All of the following are non-forfeiture options
So you can
except so they
use
can
the
use that
acronym.
money. They can
You
use
can
that money to get to pay reduced paid up. They can extend the term if they want to. They
Mhm.
can do cash surrender and get that cash back if they want to. So interest only is not
Right.
option.
So you can use the acronym REC to remember the non-forfeiture options.
Mhm. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Mm. So in a fixed annuity, which of the following is true regarding a guaranteed interest rate on investment in a fixed annuity, which of the following is true? So everything else is not true. Um, the annuitant will receive the lower of their guaranteed minimum rate or current rate. Okay, the annuitant will only receive the guaranteed minimum specified in the contract. The annuitant will receive the higher of either guaranteed minimum rate or current rate. The annuitant will always receive the current interest rate, but we're talking about fixed annuity. So we're looking at lower, will only receive the guaranteed minimum specified in the contract.
That is not the correct answer.
So the annuitant will receive the higher, it's this one.
Yes. They receive the higher of the
Yep.
guaranteed minimum or the current,
Yep.
whichever is
They don't
higher.
take, yes,
Another
they don't
way,
take,
another way to figure that out is that one of them says lower, one of them says higher. So one of
mm,
those two have to be correct.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a step up always. They don't take the pay cut. So it's gonna be
Right.
higher.
Yeah.
Um, so here an insurer publishes an intimidation brochures that portrays the insurer's competition as financially and professionally unstable, which of the following best describes this act? Illegal until understood by the and illegal under any circumstances.
Yep.
How long must insurer keep a copy of basic life policy illustration on file? I'll say 5 years. Not sure
Um,
this number.
I'm not sure, but I think it's B.
Three.
It's I think I'm not sure about this one.
Let's find out. You're right.
Okay.
When it comes to exact number, then it's a guess. Which of the following is true of a children's rider added to an insured's permanent life insurance policy? Okay. It is permanent insurance. No. It is term coverage that is convertible to permanent insurance or um mm, policy covers only the natural children of an insured. Each child cover must show which okay. The policy covers only the natural children of the insured. It's a term.
Yep. Children's term rider.
Yeah. In
Okay.
an annuity, the accumulated money is converted into a stream of income during which period? It's an annuitization period.
Yep. On the right-hand side of the triangle.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
I'm responding to Coob, sorry. And Wendy. Right. If a
Okay.
life insurance policy develops cash value after faster than a 7-pay whole life contract, it becomes an endowment. But the modified endowment contract.
That is correct.
What does really 7-pay? Those are 7 years.
7 years. After you've had the policy for 7 years, they're going to audit your policy. And
They're gonna
if you fail the 7-pay test, it becomes a modified endowment contract forever. It can never go
so
back.
So what does that? Okay, can you repeat that again?
So if your life insurance policy fails the 7 pay test,
Which means
well,
you
you
did
paid
not
in
make
more
payments.
money, you've paid in more money during the first 7 years of the contract than you were supposed to. So remember, so
Um,
yeah, so remember the cash value inside of a whole life insurance policy grows tax deferred. So
yes.
some people decided that they would try to overfund their life insurance policy. In other
Yes.
words, instead of paying $100 a month in premium, they might pay $300 a month in premium because they're hiding that extra $200 a month from income taxation.
Is that what they
So
do? So is that so that do they write it off on the taxes?
no, they just the money gets paid in there, and it grows tax deferred, which means it does eventually get taxed, but not until they take it out. So they're deferring money on the growth, right? So the money that they put in there has already been taxed, but what they're doing is deferring interest taxes on the growth until they take the money out. So I might leave it in there for 30 years and not pay taxes on all of that growth until later when my
But
income
if
is lower.
but
So
if they
anyway,
already
if I pay in more than, don't overthink this, okay? If I pay in more than I'm supposed to, so if I was paying $100 a month for 7 years, that's $8,400.
Mhm.
So if they look at my contract and I've paid in $10,000, it switches from being a life insurance policy now. The IRS classifies it as a modified endowment contract, which simply
Ah,
which simply means this. If I take any money at all out of my modified endowment contract, it's immediately taxable. And if I'm under 59 and a half, there's the 10% IRS penalty.
damn. So that's not good. You're
No,
trying to
that's
hide
not
money
good.
away, but
That's
huh?
not good. Nope. Okay.
And all the whole life, the reason why I was asking, all whole life and the cash values that I read, they do have that numbers in them, those difference in there as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Which of the following is an example of unfair claims settlement practice? If you have to promptly settle a claim when liability has been clearly established, I think it's this one. I'm not going to waste more time. Denying, claiming, making claims payment which clearly indicates under which coverage payment has been made, using arbitration when insured and insured cannot reach
Yeah. All those
agreement.
other things are true. Okay. Okay.
The formation and recommendation of module insurance registration and regulation designed to bring uniformity from state to state is one of the purpose of the association. Formation and recommendation of model insurance registration and regulations.
So
I got it. Don't
we
remember.
never talked about A, and we never talked about D.
Association of for insurance
Yes, we
regulation.
never talked about that in class, so that's not the answer.
Yeah. Insurance legislation
D, we
committee.
never talked about in class, that's not the answer.
So it's gonna be in NAIC then.
The NAIC, their main job is to bring uniformity from state to state.
So it's gonna be the B. So it's
Yes,
gonna be a guaranteed association, whatever that is.
right, right.
Everybody knows what it is. Okay. Waiver of cost of insurance rider is found in what type of insurance? The waiver of cost of insurance, um, whole life, joint to survive, or juvenile life.
No,
So universal, you cannot really waive the cost of insurance.
the answer is A, universal life.
Wow.
And I preach this constantly in my classes.
Yeah.
There are 3 things that go with universal life, always. Number 1, waiver of cost of insurance. Number 2, partial withdrawal. And number 3, annually renewable term.
Term. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So those are main characteristics of universal.
What I say to people is if the question is about waiver of cost of insurance, the answer is going to be universal life, partial withdrawal, or annual renewable term.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's going to be if the question is about one of those things, the answer is usually going to involve one of the other things.
Okay. Insured has a MEC. He wants to withdraw some money in order to pay medical bills. Which of the following is true? Of course, there's going to be some tax in there. I can hear he will not have to pay a penalty regardless of his age. He will have to pay a penalty if he is younger than 59. He will have to pay a penalty regardless of his age. He cannot withdraw money from his neck before. Just
Yep,
talked about it.
that's the answer.
So the policy owner of a life insurance policy may skip paying the premium, and the policy will not lapse as long as the policy owner cannot skip. The next period is sufficient to cover both current and skip month. The policy contains sufficient cash value as long as it contains cash value to cover the cost of insurance. The premiums, the previous payments were no.
Yep. Automatic premium loan, that's what that's called.
So, which of the following is a short-term annuity that limits the amount paid to a specific index period until specified fixed amount is liquidated? Which of the following is a short-term annuity that limits the amount paid to a specific fixed period
I'm
until
sorry, I had to step away
specific?
for a
So
second.
that's annuity certain. So which of the
So which of the following is a
following
short-term annuity, limits the amounts paid to a specific fixed period, or a
so
specific fixed amount is liquidated? You're on the right answer.
I think that certain will
It's
certain
annuities
and
certain,
specific.
fixed period or fixed amount.
Hmm.
And the way I remember that is certainly all the money will be paid out.
Agents who persuade insureds. Okay, agent who persuades insureds cancel a policy in favor of another one when it might not be an insured's best interest are guilty of uh twisting or
Yep,
misrepresentation, one
yep,
of the two.
yep, it's twisting. I'm trying to twist their arm. I'm trying to coerce them to do
Yeah.
something when it may not be in their best interest.
Yes.
Keyword is in their best interest.
Yeah. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, individuals rejected for insurance due to information contained in that contained in a consumer report may issue the reporting agency in order to get accurate data corrected, are entitled to obtain a copy of the report from the party who ordered it, must be advised that a copy of the report is available to anyone who requests it, must be informed of the source of the report. I would say it'd be.
Yep.
Oh,
Oops.
under
It
this.
must be informed of the source. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Well, I think it's also B, but D is probably the best answer.
yeah. To
Okay.
see if those are legitimate. All right. Okay. The policy owner of an adjustable life policy, okay, wants to increase the death benefits, okay? Which of the following statements is correct regarding this change? Well, death benefits can be increased by providing evidence of insurability, of course. The death benefits can be increased only by exchanging the existing policy for a new one, probably. The death benefit cannot be decreased, so it cannot be increased. That's not. The death benefits can be increased only when the policy has developed cash value. Probably not. The death benefits can be increased by providing insurability.
Yes, that's the correct answer.
Which of the following is not allowed in credit life insurance? Is not allowed. Creditor becoming a policy beneficiary. Creditor having a collateral assignment on the policy. Creditor requiring that debt collector has a life insurance. Oh no, okay. Creditor requiring that the debtor has a life insurance. Creditor requiring that a debtor buys insurance from a certain insurer. Probably this one. Which
Yep.
of the following is not
So
allowed?
I gotta have, they can require that I have life insurance. They cannot tell me who to buy it
Yeah.
from.
Mhm. Statements made by an applicant for a life insurance policy, which are true to the best of one's knowledge, are referred to as warranties.
No.
Oh boy. Representations?
Yes.
Huh.
Representations are answers to questions on a life insurance exam to the best of their knowledge at the time.
Then the word of the warranty.
Warranties are statements that are guaranteed to be true.
Statements. Yes, statements, not are guaranteed. Okay, this is beliefs. Other ones are guaranteed.
Yep.
But are not guaranteed. When they're guaranteed, they warrant you. When they're
Mr. and Mrs. Client, do you have a heart condition? No. Okay, that's a representation.
Yeah.
Mr.
Okay.
and Mrs. Client, do you smoke? No. Well, that's a warranty question because if they do smoke, that changes the life insurance policy.
So when insurer, when insurer underwriting procedures for an applicant, what will be the main source of its underwriting information? Its underwriting procedure will come from application, medical record, interviews, state records. That's application that we send in.
Yes.
How must the replacing producer respond to an applicant wishing to replace existing life insurance? The producer must request the permission for an existing insurer. Producer must request the permission of an existing insurer. Producer has no specific duty. Producer must provide the applicant with a notice regarding replacement. Producer must collect the existing policies and turn them over to the replacing insurer. I'll just say C. What do you think? Because there's no really, I don't need the permission.
Yes, that's right.
I don't need permission from another company.
Nope.
So during the accumulation period of a non-qualified annuity, okay, what are the tax consequences of a withdrawal? Both interest and principal are taxed. No other penalties are imposed. Okay? Taxable interest will be withdrawn first, and 10% penalty will be imposed if under age 59 and a half. Neither interest nor principal is taxed, but penalties may be imposed. Yeah. Non-taxable principal may be withdrawn first, but the 10% penalty will be imposed if under it's either B or D. I don't know.
What's the only thing that's taxed in an annuity?
It's in the growth.
Okay.
So non-taxable principal may be withdrawn first. Taxable interest will be withdrawn first. But I don't know what is drawn first. Is that part of a
It comes out on a LIFO basis.
Okay, so that's exactly where I was going. So LIFO, so that means what?
Last in, first out.
Right. So that means they will take the interest first and tax it.
That is correct. So
they want to pay themselves first.
The answer is B.
Okay. This is a LIFO.
Yep, LIFO.
So where does FIFO apply?
FIFO applies in life insurance policies.
Okay, so FIFO in life insurance, LIFO in annuities.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Which of the following statements is not true concerning insurable interest as it applies to life insurance? Which of the following statement is not true? Everything else is true. Married person has an insurable interest in their spouse. Business partners have insurable interest in each other. The individual has an insurable interest in their own life. A debtor has an insurable interest in the life of a lender. A debtor has an insurable interest in the life of a lender. I'll say C. You cannot really have an insurable interest in your own life if you have a life insurance. I was wrong. The lender has an insurable interest
Shoot,
in the life insurance.
I forgot I put myself on mute. I was
Oh, it's okay.
yelling at you. Don't pick C. Don't pick C.
So a lender has insurable interest in the life of a debtor, right? Okay,
Not
okay,
the other way
okay.
around.
Okay, so a lender should be on here. A debtor is the one who took a debt, so the lender hasn't really, they flipped it, so they misled me. Oh
Yes.
boy. Okay. If an annuitant dies during accumulation period, okay, what benefits, if any, will be included in the annuitant's estate? Which of the what benefits? Um, accumulated cash value. Who annuity benefits? Okay, accumulated cash value at least.
Yep.
Who is entitled to cash values in a life insurance policy? That's hard because the insured person never usually never gets that thing unless you have more than what to put in. Um, so who is entitled? The policy owner, insured estate, insured primary beneficiary. Who is entitled to cash value in a life insurance is just the beneficiary.
No.
What do you mean no, sir?
Does the beneficiary have rights to the cash value or to the death benefit?
Well, if someone passes away, don't they pay? Well, we know they don't pay cash value, but in this
Right.
case,
So you just answered your own question.
so the company keeps it.
The answer is A. Only the policy owner can borrow the cash value.
Oh, because okay. I was thinking that my thought process was after the death of insured.
Yes.
So really, cash flow will never, ever end up in family's hands unless someone takes it.
That is correct.
Oh my God. Which of the following would not be considered an exception to the national do not call list? Which of the following would not be considered an exception? Calls for which a consumer has given prior written permission, calls by or on behalf of any tax-exempt non-profit organization, calls which are not commercial or do not include unsolicited advertisement, calls from outside the United States, which of the following would not be considered exception? That. Hmm. Now that's interesting. Calls from outside the United States are not an exception.
You're answering too fast. I can't get to you before you answer it. Yeah.
What does this mean, really? I mean, I was thinking that if you give a permission, then you're
Which is one
not.
would not be considered an exception. So an exception would be calls for which the consumer has given prior written commission. Yes. A call on behalf of a tax exempt organization, that's an exception. And calls which are not commercial or do not include unsolicited, those are also. So
So I did
calls
not.
from outside the United States are not allowed. So that means, so they are not an exception to the National Do Not Call list.
So I
So
think
I don't have to apply, I don't have to adhere to the Do Not Call list. If
if you're from
calling from a
outside,
charitable organization, so if there are several exceptions listed in the book there. If I'm calling from a political organization, if I'm doing a survey, some of those kinds of places, there's an exception to the rules. What they're saying is, which of the following would not be an exception to the rule, to the do not call list, calls outside the United States?
oh, there's a word exception and there's a word not.
Yep,
Those two next to each other are just pretty much absolutely, you're not even part of the list here.
correct.
Okay, so if you call from outside, you're not even allowed to be part of okay, okay, that makes sense. Which of the following statements about suicide clause in the life insurance policy is true? Suicide is excluded for a specific period of years and covered thereafter. Suicide is covered for a specified period of years and excluded thereafter. Suicide is excluded as long as the policy is in force. Suicide is covered as long as the policy is in force. I'll just say A. because they have the first 2 years
That,
suicide.
that's correct.
Call it contestability, incontestability. Which of the following is true about premium on children's rider in a life insurance policy? Well, it increases when a newborn baby is added to the policy. Nope. It decreases when an adopted child is added. It decreases when oldest child reaches age 21. It remains the same no matter how many children are added to the policy. Well, in a term life, okay, which of the following is true about premium on a child rider? Some companies really charge children separate. So in this case, I know it doesn't. Well, it decreases when the oldest child reaches, but if you have multiple, then it doesn't. Increases when newborn babies are added to the policy. Well, if they charge kids separate, that might be the case. It decreases when adopted child. This doesn't really. This is not true. Increases when a newborn is added to the policy. It increases. Yes. If they didn't have one, then they add one, then it will increase. I don't know. So here I was.
Yeah, see, I was trying to yell at you again, but I had the thing on mute because my dog was barking.
Okay. So
So the
here,
Primerica Child Rider covers the children for the same amount, no matter how many children you have on the policy.
I know I fully understand that. Here, my thought process was, well, it's Lori and Ben. They don't have a child. Now they have a child. So that
Well,
will
they
increase.
don't have the child rider until they have a child.
So that means they already had a child rider and then they have another child born.
Yeah, because they don't need the child rider if they don't have any children on the policy.
Mhm. So you're gonna have to be a little more, just think a little better.
Right.
Um, okay, so on the cash values, I don't even think they put children in there. They're all beneficiaries. The cash values provide they cover the owner of insurance. They don't really cover they don't if they want to add a rider, they buy them terms. What is the name of the owner of a life insurance policy who enters into a viatical settlement contract? Medical settlement purchaser, viator. Okay, I think I have um okay, hold on. An individual applies for life policy. 2 years ago he suffered a head injury, so he cannot remember parts of his past, but is otherwise competent. He has also been hospitalized for drug abuse, but does not remember this when applying for insurance. The insurer issues a policy and learns the insurance history 1 year later. What will probably happen? Mm, mm, mm. Mm, policy, oh, because the insured is currently not a drug user, his policy will not be, the policy will be voided. I think the policy will be voided
Okay,
because he lied.
let me ask you some questions before you answer this.
two
So
years ago. Okay,
what
okay,
is
that's been 2 years. That's 2 years. So he's good.
right?
Nothing to talk about. Yeah, the policy will not be affected.
There you go.
The word two, the number two. Okay. Which of the following would be the best option that would help surviving spouse of the insured to put her child through daycare after insured death? Um, which of the following would be the best option that would help the surviving spouse of insured? Okay, okay. State to get a waiver, radical settlement, um, estate conservation, or life insurance proceeds. We just talk about that money that the family needs, right?
Help the family
Isn't it?
spouse. Yes.
No other option out there. Annuities can be used to fund which of the following? Estate creation, retirement plans, variable life insurance, retirement plans. Life insurance creates estate. Annuities can create a life retirement plans, in my opinion. An annuitant dies before effective date of the purchased annuity. Okay. Okay. Assuming that the annuitant's wife is the beneficiary, well, premium will be decreased, interest will become immediately taxable, premium will increase, the interest will continue to accumulate tax deferment. Premium will decrease, interest rate will be immediately taxable, premium will increase. I'll go with D. Not sure.
If the beneficiary is the spouse, they can continue to accumulate tax interest. If it's not the spouse, the interest will become immediately taxable.
Okay, if they have no immediate relationship as far as a spouse, is that an exception? Like he has to be a spouse?
Right.
Okay.
That is the exception.
When must an IRA be completely distributed when the beneficiary is not named? Interesting. December 31st. Okay. Due date of the deceased owner's final tax return, including extension. December 31st of the year that contains the 5th anniversary of the owner's death. Due date of the beneficiary's tax return, including extension. December 1st of the year following the year of the owner's death. I'll say that the answer is B.
Yes.
Uh,
The key word there is the 5th anniversary.
which of the following riders would not cause death benefits to increase? Okay, which of the following rider would not cause the death benefits to increase? Okay, cost of living would not cause death benefits to increase. Death benefits. Guaranteed accidental death rider, payer benefits rider. Which of the following rider would not cause the death benefits to increase? Cost of living rider. Oh, that's what I meant. So guaranteed insurability rider. Death. So what does C mean? I see that in the cash values here, and I have a policy here. It says accidental death rider. In America, they have policies that they say, for example, I'm about to change this one. Here it states accidental death rider. Accidental death rider is $75,000, and they charge him $675. Okay, but the face amount is 150. Um, Flexible premium adjustable life policy, and he pays 88. So does that mean if he dies by accident, they'll add $75,000 more?
Right.
Is by accident means crash, right? Like,
Yeah. Accident, something defined as an accident, a car wreck, falling off the roof, hanging your Christmas lights, falling off a ladder, trimming a tree.
and then he
Anything that's considered an accident, falling down the basement stairs and breaking your neck, anything that's considered an accident. So,
that's stupid. I think this writer is a stupid approach to getting people's money because death is
well,
death.
they might remember we're focusing on
Right,
the
right, right.
answers to the test. We're not
Yeah,
focusing on your opinion.
yeah, yeah.
So
Because
the answer is not A.
so obviously
The
death
answer is not
accidental.
C,
Yeah, because this one increases the face amount.
right?
Um, Guaranteed insurability rider. Guaranteed insurability. Payer benefits rider. What the heck is payer benefits rider?
The payer benefit rider is the person who pays the life insurance policy for a minor is the payor,
Okay.
the person who
Okay.
pays it. If that
Okay.
person dies or becomes disabled, the company will waive the premium for the
For the
life
men
insurance
for the
policy for the
minor,
until they become
the age of majority.
yes. So guaranteed insurability rider says I can buy extra amounts of insurance without proving insurability at certain
So
points in
that's
time.
okay.
So
So
that,
that's,
yeah, so the answer is D.
yeah. Wow. So a person who does not lock the doors or does not wear leaks shows an indifferent attitude. This person presents what type of hazard? That's moral. Could be moral or moral. One of those two. It's not physical. It's not legal. It's just a poor decisions. And
The key word there is
repairs leaks, lock the doors.
the key word
That's
there is indifferent attitude.
so that's morale then.
That is correct. Indifferent attitude. They have um, they don't believe that they're ever going to suffer a loss.
Mm. When it's moral, what does that mean?
Moral just means they're untruthful, they're untrustworthy.
Okay. 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 According to the non-forfeiture law of the owner, if the owner decides to surrender a deferred annuity prior to annuitization, okay, according to the non-forfeiture law, which we talked about, if the owner decides to surrender a deferred annuity prior to annuitization, okay, the owner is entitled to which of the following? Guaranteed surrender value, annuity dividends, full premium refund without any charges, non-payment, guaranteed surrender value. Annuity dividends, but he surrendered.
Deferred
So,
annuity. The owner is entitled to which of the following? The guaranteed surrender value.
yeah, it's a contract and it is guaranteed. For how long is an insurance company? For how long is an insurance company allowed to defer policy loan requests? 6 months.
Yep.
An adjustable life policy owner and change which of the following policy features? Investment account, average period, and the insured, mortality expense. Um, and change which of the following policy feature? You can change the coverage. They cannot change mortality expenses. They cannot change. They can change investment account, but we're talking about policy. Okay, yeah, it's also adjustable. They can change that. Coverage period, they cannot change that. They can just request to get changed. They can change the insured. I'm more so into C because the policy owner is the one who pays for it, but not necessarily who's insured. They can change. They can cover
Can
whoever they
change
want.
which of the following policy features? No, they cannot change the insured. So
Really?
the policy can't be written on me and then I can change it to my spouse. Cannot do that. An adjustable life
Okay.
policy owner can change which of the following policy features.
Hmm.
How about the coverage period?
Hey,
I can change it from a 10-year term to a 20-year term.
mm, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Now, do we still have time? Finish?
I'm doing other things while
Okay,
you're
good.
working,
Good,
so
good,
yes,
good,
we can still
good, good, good.
continue.
That's good to know. What is reinsurance? An agreement between the sending insurer and assuming insurer, ceding insurer as an assuming insurer, an agreement between a domestic insurer and a foreign, an agreement between an originating insurer and a ceding insurer, an agreement between an insurer and an insured. Reinsurance will be an agreement between a ceding insurer and assuming insurer. Answer, I don't know this.
Hang on, let me
It should be
switch over to
a
you here. What is reinsurance? So it's not D.
no, absolutely. It's not.
It's not B.
An agreement between domestic insurer and foreign insurer. Okay, that's the best way to approach it.
So the
It's
answer is A.
an originating insurer and the ceding originating insurer and the ceding insurer. Okay. No. So a rider attached to a life insurance policy that provides coverage on the insured's family member is called change of an insured rider. In a rider attached to a life insurance policy that provides coverage on insured's family members. This is for a minor.
All right.
The insured's rider, probably that one. A pay a rider is just when you pay for a minor again, so that's not a juvenile rider. Either I don't know if there's what you call other
It's the
insured
other
rider.
insured rider,
So this is for the minors. So
right? It's that one.
So is this something? Okay. Okay.
Sometimes it's called the family term rider. It could be called the other insured rider.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
really in the book it
Yeah.
says it's other. Okay.
Yeah. Check our time. Okay, we're not quite halfway through yet. So, we just need to be conscious of our time.
Okay. If your policy includes a free look period of at least 10 days, the buyer guide may be delivered to the applicants no later than within 30 days of the payment collected prior to filing out an application for insurance upon insurance of the policy. I'm done with the policy. I stay with the policy.
That's correct. No later than policy delivery.
Mhm. Couple owns a life insurance policy with a client with a children's term rider. Their daughter is reaching the maximum age of dependence coverage. Okay, so she will have to convert to permanent life insurance in the near future, which as long as she need to provide for proof of insurability. Proof of insurability is not required. So they do have term rider. Okay, so proof is not required. Medical examine parents' medical history. No. Her parents' federal income tax receipts, probably not. She will have to convert to permanent life insurance in the future. As long as she need to provide for proof of insurability. Um, Jane, jump on Zoom. I'm gonna send you the Zoom information and watch what we're doing here, okay? Jump on Zoom. I'll show and track what we're doing. Currently, and myself are trying to go over the exam, okay? Okay.
Yep, that's A is correct.
Yeah. I'm gonna send this guy. And where the hell is he at? I want him to jump on here and follow exactly what we're doing. 937 ID 937 559 Nkiko. Nkiko. Good. So which of the following statement is true concerning irrevocable beneficiaries? Okay, irrevocable, you cannot get rid of them without their signature. They can never be changed. Of course, they can with their, so they may be changed at any time. No. They may be changed only on the anniversary date of the policy. No, they can be changed with only a written consent of the beneficiary. Yes.
Yep.
So which of the following insurance options would be considered a risk sharing arrangements, mutual surplus lines, stock, reciprocal. Of course, stock is not an insurance option. Reciprocal, risk sharing arrangements, mutual risk sharing, mutual surplus line. It's either A or B. So,
Fire insurance also be considered a risk sharing arrangement. Not A,
okay,
not
it's here,
B,
but not B. Is it B?
not B, not
Okay.
C.
Reciprocal. Because
Reciprocal
okay.
is a risk sharing agreement. Reciprocal exchange.
You give me, I give you this. So that's okay. Universal life insurance policy is best described as a valuable life with a cash value account, a flexible premium variable life policy, annual annual renewable term policy with a cash value account. I'll go with this one. This is crazy. They call it whole life, they call it whatever, but it's a term insurance every single year. The insurer must be able to rely on a statement in the application, okay? And uninsured and the insured must be able to rely on insurer to pay valid claims. Yes, in the forming of an insurance contract, this is referred to as um, utmost good faith. Insured will be allowed to reactivate her lapsed life insurance policy if action is taken with a certain period of time within, okay, and proof of insurability is provided. Which policy provision allows reinstatement, grace period, incontestable clause, waiver of premium provision, reinstatement. What process do insurance company use to determine whether or not a particular process to this adverse selection? It can be marketing, can be solicitation, can be it was underwriting. The process in which insurance company determines whether or not a particular applicant is insurable,
Yep.
if so, what premium.
What did
So
you pick?
what
Yeah.
is adverse selection?
Adverse selection just means that people that need life insurance most urgently will apply for life insurance most urgently. In other words, if I don't think I have anything wrong with me, I might not apply for life insurance. But once I find out I might have something wrong with me, I'm going to go out there and apply for life insurance because I may need it. Is to
Okay,
prevent people with poor risk from applying for life insurance.
okay, okay. Thank you.
The underwriting department determines if the person's going to be covered or not.
Under what circumstance may a life insurance agent deliver a policy that is dated up to 6 months before the application was taken? What? Under what circumstances may a life insurance agent deliver a policy that is dated up to 6 months before the application was taken? It says quota established by the insurer.
So that's the
No
process
quote.
of backdating, right? I'm backdating a policy. I can backdate a policy up to 6 months before to save the person's age. So the answer is C.
Okay, so he's trying to pay a large amount to go back on a lower premium,
I'm trying to save them money on their premium.
so they can go back. Okay, but he
Or
has to pay for
yes,
still 6 months.
right.
So if $1,000 of a life insurance proceeds were used in a settlement option, which paid 13 per year for 10 years, which of the following would be taxable annually? So if $100,000 of a life insurance proceeds were used in a settlement option, which paid $13,000 per year for 10 years, which of the following would be taxable annually? That's 13,000. Which of the following would be taxable annually? That yeah, 13. Um, paying year for 10 years. That means it's $3,000. Oh yeah. Need to do a little
Yeah,
more math.
you answered it too quick. You
I
answered it
need to
too
do
quick on me.
I need to do a um I need to do math and do subtraction and just then divide it on annually basis and tax it.
So
So yeah,
remember, don't overthink it and don't put your don't try to reconcile it. Just answer the question that you get asked. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Death benefits payable to that question was very easy.
Yeah, it's verbatim in the book. That comes directly from the book.
Death benefits payable to a beneficiary under life insurance policy are generally a death benefits payable to a beneficiary under a life insurance policy are generally exempt from income taxation if under 10,000, exempt from income tax if over 10,000, subject to income taxation by the federal government, do not subject to income taxation by federal government.
Yeah.
According to the entire contract provision, what document must be made part of the insurance policy? Agent's report, outline of coverage, copy of original application, buyer's guide. According to the entire contract provision, what document must be made part of insurance policy? There's nothing such as buyer's guide, copy of original application, outline of coverage.
So
Copy of
the entire contract provision says that the entire contract is made up of a copy of the policy, a copy of the application, and a copy of any riders. So the answer is C.
agent. There's nothing like agent's report really. Yeah. Which of the following is another term for accumulation period of an annuity? Of course, it's a pay-in period. How long will the beneficiary receive payments under the single life settlement option such as the lump sum? How long until the insured's death for a specified period of time until insured's age of 100 until the beneficiary's death? How long will the beneficiary receive payment under a single life settlement until the beneficiary's death? What method do insurers use to protect themselves against catastrophic losses? Uh, what method do insurers use? Let me call this guy. Excuse me, Colonel. I want to make sure this guy knows what he's doing. Jya kuri Zoom ukande join. Ugiye kuri Zoom.
Hey, I'm going to go on mute for a second. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah. So jya kuri Zoom. Kuri join. Jya kuri zoom.com. Ukore web browse. All right. So, what method the insurers used to protect themselves against catastrophic losses, pro rata liability, risk management, reinsurance, indemnity? And not pro rata. Colonel, is this risk? Is this indemnity, or indemnity is what they pay themselves? I'm gravitating towards B. If you're on a mute, probably on a mute.
Okay, I'm back off.
Okay. So you have Jin here as well following. So, but anyways,
Okay.
so we want insurers to protect themselves against catastrophic losses. So it could be indemnity or risk management. I don't
Well,
think it's reinsurance, and I don't think it's pro
it's
rata
it's
liability.
not, well, it could be reinsurance. As a matter of fact, I think it is reinsurance. Reinsurance is insurance for insurance companies.
Okay, so companies cover other companies because
Yeah.
then okay, okay, okay,
So
okay,
I
okay.
would get insurance on my insurance from another company. Yep. None of the other ones make sense.
Yeah, there's no indemnity in there.
Okay.
Okay. So underwriter may obtain information on applicants' hobbies, financial status, and habits by ordering inspection reports. No. Medical information bureau reports. No. Attending physician statement. No. Medical examination. This is confusing. Medical information bureau report. Financial status, hobbies, habits. No. Maybe inspection reports. I don't remember inspection reports in my stuff. But again, it's not medical reports, not medical examination.
Hobbies, financial, it's the consumer inspection report.
Yeah. So none of the other options make sense, really, to be honest. Okay. If during the underwriting process the insurer obtains personal information about an application from an applicant, when must insurer provide a notice of information practice? If during the underwriting process, insurer obtains personal information about an applicant from the applicant, okay, never since information is obtained from an applicant at time of application, at the time of policy delivery, at the time of insurer's first collection of at the time the insurer first collects the information. I'll say. So can you repeat this? Can you explain to me the second part of the question? When must insurer provide a notice of information practice? Is that about the applicant or it's about the insurer?
So you can collect information about a person
Mhm. From
either from the
themselves?
applicant or from an investigated consumer report.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
A is not right because it says never, right? So never. Um, at the time of policy delivery is too late.
So probably not immediately at the time of application,
Well,
but maybe
I'm
at the time of insurer first collects
from
information.
the applicant. I think the answer is D.
And, we need to hurry up since
Yeah.
So the notice is usually required at the time insurer producer first collects. Okay, it's required. Um, okay, so three times. Source other than applicant, public record, or policy delivery if information is collected from applicants or public record. Yeah. What kind of policy allows withdrawals or partial surrenders? That's universal life. As an insured owns a life insurance policy, okay? To be able to pay some of her medical bills, she withdraws a portion of policy's cash value, okay? There's a limit for withdrawal and insurer's charge fee. Yeah. What type of policy does insured most likely have? Universal. Which of the following premium mode would result in the highest annual cost for insurance policy? Which of the following premium mode would result? That's monthly. No. Which of the following premium mode would result in the highest annual cost for an insurance policy? Quarterly, annual, semi-annual. I think it's monthly. Right, Colonel?
I'm sorry, hang on a second. I'm still trying to work and do this at the same time. Which of the following premium modes would result in the highest annual cost? The more often I pay my premium, the highest annual cost it is. So you're right.
That's monthly.
Yes.
All right. When an annuity is written, whose life expectancy is taken into account? An annuitant? The automatic premium loan, which I think you said something about it, automatic premium loan provision is activated at the end of the automatic premium loan provision. This period, relook period, elimination period, policy period. D. Because I think the automatic premium loan they're talking about isn't this part of um um the
Automatic premium
the
loan provision is activated at the end of the grace period.
what is this automatic premium loan? I'm sure we talked about it. I'm trying to remember.
On a universal, well, mostly it's on universal life, but if I have the automatic premium loan provision, if I haven't paid my premium by the end of the grace period, they're going to borrow the
The
premium
money
from
from
the
the
cash
cash value.
value, so the policy does not lapse.
That is okay. That's what I was looking for. The minimum non-lapse guaranteed. That's the word I was looking for. Is that
The what?
the minimum non-lapse guaranteed?
That there's no such thing as the minimum non-lapse guarantee.
Okay, grace period.
Yes. It's activated at the end of the grace period. On the
So
last day of the
if
grace period.
so, that means if you don't pay your premium, they add a few more days waiting on you to pay. And if those days they don't get the payment, they go into that bucket and get that money from there. A married couple's retirement annuity pays them $250 per month. Okay. The husband does, and his wife continues to receive $125.50 per month for as long as she lives. When the wife dies, payments stop. What settlement option did they select? Um, no, joint is joint and survivor. Level term insurance provides a level death benefit and level premium during the policy term. If the policy renews, at the end of specified period of time, the policy premium will be based on age of insured, adjusted to the insured's age at the time of the renewal, discounted, determined by the health of insured. An individual's tendency to be dishonest would be indicative of a moral, pure, moral, physical, moral. Which of the following is the best reason to purchase life insurance? The one in annuity. Okay, to liquidate a sum of money over a period of years. No, that's annuity. To create an estate, that's a life insurance. To pay regular income payments, that's an annuity. To liquidate a sum of money over a lifetime, that's an annuity. Which of the following is not considered a misrepresentation as it pertains to unfair trade practice? Is not considered misrepresentation. Making comparison between different policies, I don't think that's bad. Exaggerating the benefits provided in the policy, that's misrepresentation. Stating that insurance policy is a share of stocks, that's bad. It's a misrepresentation. Stating that the competitors will arbitrarily increase their premium each year. An annuity owner is planning to retire. Okay, she has accumulated $100,000 in the retirement annuity and now wants to select the benefits option that will pay the largest monthly amount for as long as she lives. Which of the following option is the best suitable for this annuity owner? Annuity owner is planning to retire. She has accumulated in a retirement annuity and now wants to select the benefit option that will pay the largest monthly amount for as long as she lives. So it cannot be joint in the survivor. Life income with period certain. Midlife. Midlife will pay more. No. For as long as she leaves. Okay. Installment refund. Life income with period certain. So I have straight life because that's for as long as she will live. So not with period certain. I'll go with C. Which of the following type of agent authority is also, okay, hold on. Which of the following types of agent authority is also called perceived authority? Express, apparent, implied, or fiduciary? This has to be from the book. Apparent because I don't remember it. I know.
Apparent authority is correct.
Go.
Apparent authority is authority that the client thinks I have because of actions that I take.
Okay. What about implied?
Implied is authority that I need to have to do business, but it's not written in my contract.
Okay.
Express authority is authority that's specifically written in my contract.
Fiduciary is not one.
Fiduciary is just some other kind of authority,
it's
but
not part
not.
of the
Yeah.
What time what is the time period called during which surviving spouse of insured does not receive Social Security income benefits? What is the time period called during which survivor spouse is of insured does not receive Social Security income benefits? For premium, probationary period. Damn. So this is the time that a survivor waits until she also qualifies for Social Security, right? So it
So,
could be blackout period then.
yep. The blackout period is the period of time where the person no longer receives Social Security benefits.
A non-admitted insurer, okay, who provides a unique insurance coverage that is not available from an admitted insurer is called a surplus line insurer. Everything else doesn't exist. Not capital, assessment mutual, no. Reciprocal, we said reciprocal is between insurance, non who provides a unique insurance coverage for it's not available. Okay. An insured purchased a life insurance policy on his life, naming his wife as a primary beneficiary, okay, and his daughter as a contingent beneficiary. Under what circumstances could the daughter collect the death benefits? Well, if uh, the primary and the owner are not existing. If the insured dies from accident, if the primary beneficiary precedes the insured, when when the insured dies, the primary and contingent beneficiary share death benefits equally. Not true. When primary beneficiaries written consent, um, it's this. If the primary beneficiary precedes the insured, then yes. If nothing else changed, of course, if the insured died from accident, that means nothing to me. When insured dies, The primary and the contingent beneficiary share death benefits equally. This raises the question, Colonel. If does the contingent beneficiary receives anything if there's a primary who has 100% to receive the
So
proceed?
the contingent beneficiary is only there if the primary beneficiary is no longer there.
So here's the answer.
That's the answer.
Which of the following are generally not considered when underwriting group insurance? Okay. Medical history considered. Group past claim experience. The nature of the group. The size of the group. The group's past experience. Medical history. Insured's medical history is not considered. They can do claim, they can do nature, they can do size, but really they don't come to me to take exams. Which of the following statement is correct about a standard risk classification in a same age group and with similar lifestyle? Which of the following statements? So that is risk requires extra rating. Standard is also known as high exposure risks. Standard risk is a representative of the majority of the people. The standard risk pays a higher premium than standard risk expires. Colonel, you're gonna have to help me with this, sir. I don't get it. Which of the following statements is correct about standard risk classification in the same group? So, okay, we have same age and with similar lifestyle. So that means we'll do. I'm thinking of C.
That one right there, D. D.
So
D is in
they
dog.
require.
D is
Oh,
in dog.
so the standard risk is a representative of the majority of the people.
Right.
Okay.
Most of the people fall into the standard risk category.
Oh, also they're looking at the majority. They don't want to spend more time into so the standard is where they start categorizing people.
Yes.
Okay. If an agent neglects to provide a customer with a policy summary. Okay, if an agent neglects to provide a customer with a policy summary, the agent be found guilty of committing deceptive business practice.
Yes. It's an unfair trade practice if they don't attach the summary.
Which of the following is true about credit life insurance? Creditor is the policy owner. Creditor is the insured. The debtor is an annuitant. Debtor is a policy beneficiary. More often must the director examine financial affairs of domestic insurer? Every 2 years, every year, every 3 years, every 7 years. I thought it was every time that he feels necessary. Is it every 3 years then?
3 years.
Yeah. Okay, here's another math question. Insured decided to surrender his $100,000 whole life policy. Okay, which means that's gone. The premium paid into the policy added up to 15,000. Okay, at the policy surrender, cash surrender value was 18. Well, premium paid into the policy, so I usually put in 15.
Okay.
But when I do that, the surrender value was 18. So they're gonna take 18,000,
So I paid in 15
but surrender value
is
is
18.
18. They're gonna subtract that and they have $3,000.
There you go. The way I say it to people is if I take out the 18 more than I paid in 15, the difference is interest, and that is taxable.
But in this case, sounds like he's going to take this loan as a loan, right? Because he doesn't have
No,
18,000.
it's at policy surrender. Policy surrender means I'm canceling the policy and taking the cash out.
Correct.
Right.
So
So he's going to surrender the entire policy, cancel the policy, give me the cash.
yes.
Not taking a
So
loan.
correct. So he
Yep.
okay. So he surrenders, meaning, hey, take your policy back. I need my cash out. So here's the two scenarios that I want to clarification on. He paid the premium paid. So I paid $15,000 in this policy.
Right.
So 15 went in the policy, and then the total cash is 18,000. That means I have $3,000 into this.
Correct.
Just a little math. Last time we checked Jane's policy, he was in minus $5,000 for
Okay,
the
you got
last.
13. We got 13 questions. You got 35 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna knock this out.
Okay.
On its advertisement, a company claims that it has funds in its possession that are, in fact, not available for payments of losses or claim. The company is guilty of, so in advertisement, a company claims that it has funds in its possession that are, in fact, well, okay, it has funds, but they're not available. So that's concealment, no,
No, no, no, no,
misrepresentation.
no, no.
That's a misrepresentation.
That is misrepresentation. Okay.
Concealment is
I
if
thought
they
you were getting
hide
ready to say,
information.
I thought you were getting ready to say concealment.
No, I almost did, but yeah, concealment is not a misrepresentation. They're saying information that are not accurate. So representation are written, okay, or statement made by the applicant that are considered to be true at the best of applicant's knowledge, not
That is correct. Not guaranteed to be true.
guaranteed. Okay.
Guarantee is a warranty.
Yes, sir. An
Okay.
insured has a life insurance policy with a face amount of $2,000. What? He pays a premium each week to the agent who sold the policy. What kind of policy does this insured have? Uh, he pays premium each week to the agent who sold the policy. Is that credit life? That this I don't know. Yeah, I never seen
No, no,
anything
no, no.
where he paid.
It's industrial life.
Oh, by definition, you pay the agent.
Agent.
Okay, hopefully Nipple understands that. The only time you can pay premium to the agent who sold you the policy is in case of industrial. All of the following are true regarding guaranteed insurability rider, except all of the following are true regarding the guaranteed insurability rider, except your insured may purchase additional coverage at the attained age. It allows insured to purchase additional amounts of insurance without providing insurability at the specified date of event. The rider is available at all insureds with no additional premium. The insured may purchase additional insurance up to the amount specified in the base policy. This I don't know, but I can start guessing. It allows, okay, so I think this is true. The rider is available to all insureds with no additional premium. Well, if you have a rider, then you're gonna have to add additional premium. So I think this is true. This is true in the yeah, that's the only one that's not true. Am I right? This one I'm not sure. You're on mute.
It does cost extra money. So yes. Okay.
All right.
My dog.
Under which of the following annuity option does the annuitant select the time period for the benefit? Okay. And the insurers determine how much each payment will be. I'm sure anybody can do this question, can answer this
Okay.
question. So you have annuitant, you select time. So installment for if the insured determine how much.
Stop.
Do you want insured to determine how much?
So read the question until I tell you to stop.
So under the annuitant selects the time period.
Stop. The annuitant selects the time period.
Then the company selects how much. That's time period.
The answer is
so
A.
Is the answer
The answer is A. The annuitant selects the time period. So they're selecting installments for a fixed period.
So really, it's not about the company, it's about what the insurer, the client wants.
Well, if the annuitant selects the time period, the company is going to determine how much just by doing the math. If the annuitant selects how much, then the company is going to select the time period based on the math. So the answer, you just stop right there. They select the time period for the benefits. Stop. Installments for a fixed period.
Installments for a fixed period. This is an easy question, but it's very tricky. You're gonna have to understand.
Well, and this is the difference that people have, the problems that people have deciphering these questions, right? Usually there's a couple of phrases, a couple of words in the question that determine how much, what the answer is.
So here by definition, it says under installments for
the time period.
Annuitant selects time period.
So if I got $200,000 that they owe me, and I say, hey, annuity company, pay me this money in 5 years. So I'm selecting the time period. Pay me this money in 5 years. They're going to go 200,000 divided by 5 is 40. They're going to pay me $40,000 for 5 years until the money runs out. Mm-hmm. Now, if I tell them, hey, annuitant company, you owe me $200,000. I want this in $50,000 a year installments. So I pick the amount. Period. So they're going to go 200 divided by 50 is 4 years. So they're going to pay me approximately 4 years until the money runs out.
Yeah. Okay. Which of the following determines the length of time that benefits will be received under the fixed amount settlement option? Here's another one. Which of the following determines the length of time that, so would determine the length of time.
So I tell them they owe me 200,000 bucks. I tell them under the fixed amount option, I want $40,000 a year.
So here you're telling them the amount, so they're going to tell you the time it will take to. It says, which of the following determines the length of time that benefits will be received under, of course, fixed amount?
Right. So let me ask you this. If I have $200,000 in my annuity account and I tell them I want $40,000, that means they're going to pay me in 5 years. If I tell them I got $200,000 and I tell them I want it in
5 years.
5 years.
Gotta give you 40.
If I want it in 4 years, that determines the amount, right?
Yeah, if you give them time, they're going to tell you the number.
Right.
So the question here,
what determines the length of time I'm getting the money?
Which of the following determines the length of time? So here is we're going to say something and we get the length of time.
Okay,
so here we're going to tell them the amount of
answers. Let's go through the answers.
So understanding the question was the biggest thing. So here we're going to determine the length of time. The only way to tell the length of time is if we know how much. Amount of interest, size of each installment, predetermined length of time is stated in a contract, length of income period. Which of the
No,
following
no,
determines?
no, no, no.
Okay. So which of the following determines the length of time that benefits will be received? Which of the following determines? So I don't even care about the fixed amount. I know it's gonna come out every time in equals installments.
So
So go ahead.
let me try to explain this in the way that, so which of the following determines the length of time under the fixed amount? So they owe me 200,000. Let's start there. Okay. So I'm going to tell them I want $40,000. So they're going to pay me for 5 years, right? Or I have $200,000 and I tell them I want the money in 4 years.
Give you 50.
So either I choose 4 years or 5 years. So if I choose the length of time, what are they going to determine?
Amount.
Right. So which one of those answers says that?
80.
No.
Amount of oh that's shoot. Amount of interest, size.
Yes.
I said, well, I'm guilty because I just read the word amount. I didn't add
Yep.
interest.
Yep.
So the size means how much.
How much they're going to pay me each year. If I say 5 years, they're going to determine the size of each installment based on the math. They're just doing math.
It's one or the other. You say one, we'll do it the other one.
That's
You
correct.
say okay. So here, hopefully Jin can see this. We're trying to have a discussion of how could you analyze and approach this because it's gonna come here in a test.
How much time do you got left?
24 minutes. We
Okay.
got eight questions.
All right.
Which of the following best describes a bailout provision? So, hey, I'm hands up. It allows the owner to surrender annuity without a charge. It allows the owner to receive high interest rates at a certain time frame. It waives the surrender charge for the annuitant confined into a long-term care facility. It decreases the annuity surrender value. I think it's C.
No. No, 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 no. Ah,
Really? It allows
yes.
the owner to surrender annuity without a charge. Because hey,
So
hands up, I'm out.
So there are two waiver provisions in annuities. The first one is the waiver provision that says if the annuitant goes into a long-term care facility, they'll waive the surrender charges for them to pay for their care.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is called the bailout provision, which says the owner, if the market goes down a lot over a short period of time, they'll let the owner get out of the annuity without waiving the surrender charge or with waiving the surrender charge.
Okay. Yeah, this is right. If interest rate drops. Okay,
Yep.
cool. We're still going to pass though. Which of the following, I'm going to be careful in the last 6 questions. Which of the following is true regarding the taxation of dividends in a participating policies? The dividends are taxable only after a certain amount is accumulated annually. Dividends are not taxable. Dividends are considered income for tax purpose. Dividends are taxable in some life insurance policy and non-taxable in others. Which of the following is true? Dividends are taxable only after a certain amount is accumulated annually. Dividends are non-taxable here in participating policies. Dividends are taxable.
No, no.
What do you mean, sir? Don't go on mute because if
Dividends from
the life insurance
interest on dividends. So first of all, the dividend is an unused premium, excess premium. Dividends are only for mutual life insurance policies. Dividends are never guaranteed. Since they're considered a return of excess premium, dividends are never, capital N-E-V-E-R, never taxed. When you think of dividends, Think of policy dividends. Do not think of mutual fund dividends.
Oh, yeah.
When we talk dividends on the test or for life class, we are talking policy dividends.
Okay, that's never taxable.
Dividends are never taxed. However, if I earn interest, the interest is taxable.
Okay, because dividends are not interest, so they're different in a life insurance.
Dividends are not considered interest
Interest.
income.
Yeah.
Policy
Okay.
dividends are not
Okay.
considered interest income.
Copy. All of the following are true regarding rebating, except this one I don't know if you know it. Just let's say it so we save time. A specific favors rebating. A special favors and services would be considered rebating. Rebating is allowed if it is in the best interest of client. Rebating, I have to know the definition and I don't remember it. Return of unused premium is not considered rebating. Rebating can be anything.
So what is a return? What is another word for return of unused premium
That dividend
that we just talked about?
That's dividends.
Policy dividends.
Yeah.
So
All of the following are true.
if my policy has a policy dividend, is that considered rebating? Rebating is when I'm giving somebody something of value in exchange for them buying a life insurance policy.
Okay, that's the definition.
So the answer in this case is D. So
Because
special
of the word.
favors would be considered rebating. Rebating is allowed if it's in the best interest of the client? No.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. All the following are true.
We're
Rebating
talking
is
about the
allowed.
true.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I'm going to read it as I read the questions. I'm going to change my answer.
All of the following are true. There's one
So
untrue.
all the following are true except the answer is B. Rebating is never allowed for any reason. So that's the answer.
Okay, thanks. That one I didn't know. I was not gonna get it.
Okay.
Jay transferred his life insurance policy to his son 2 years before his death. Okay. Which of the following is true? The entire face value of the policy would be included in Jay's taxable estate. So does that mean policy Jay transferred his life insurance policy to his son? Does that mean Jay does not have coverage anymore?
He transferred his life insurance policy, ownership of his life insurance policy to his son.
So which means
So I can still be covered under the policy, but not be the policy owner.
so you won't pay, not responsible to pay for it.
It won't be considered part of your estate if you transfer it in the proper time frame.
Okay.
So what's the proper time frame?
Proper time frame is when you're still alive.
I'm sorry, the proper time frame is what?
Is when you're still alive. You can't
Well,
do that.
there's a number of years
Okay.
involved.
That number is, I don't know the exact number.
The number is 3. The number is 3.
Then he did that in 2 years, which means it was a proper time.
No, no, you have to do it more than 3 years before you die.
Oh, okay.
So the answer is A.
So that means the entire face of it, yeah, it will be included, but it's still his estate.
Right.
Wow. Wow. This is crazy. 3 more questions. If a court ordered payment for a loss that was not covered in the policy, even if it was clearly worded, it could be an example of which legal concept. If a court ordered a payment of a loss that was not covered in the policy, even if it was clearly worded, it could be an example of which legal concept.
So it's not non-forfeiture. It's not cease and desist.
Oh, sorry, not reasonable expectations.
I think it's reasonable expectations.
Yeah, everything else is.
You can reasonably expect that the coverage will be there, I think.
You're right.
Okay. Which
of the following would help prevent universal life policy from lapsing? It hold. Of course, it's not face amount.
Nope.
Of course, it's not target premium. Corridor.
What do you mean, of course, it's not target premium?
I have nothing like target premium. I know.
Okay, so let me explain.
Mhm.
What's our time left? What's our time left?
We still have time, 16
Okay,
with 2 questions.
so in a universal life insurance policy, right? They're going to quote me two premiums. The first premium is called the minimum premium. The minimum premium is the amount I need to pay to keep the policy in force for this year only.
Oh, okay.
If my cost of insurance is $50 a month, my minimum premium is going to be $50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's this thing called the target premium. The target premium is the amount I need to pay to keep the policy in force for its lifetime.
Okay.
So the minimum premium might be 50, which is the cost of insurance. The target premium might be 125, which means I'm paying extra into the policy every month so that if I don't pay my premium, they have money to take my premium from. So the answer is D.
D. Okay, thank you. That's always going to go into the cash value, and that's what
Yes.
they took out from non to keep it from lapsing.
Okay.
Stranger originated life insurance policies are in direct opposition to the principle of stranger originated. Oh my God. Life insurance policies are in direct opposition.
Okay. So what do I got to have to be able to insure somebody on a life insurance policy?
Trouble interest?
Right. So a stranger in life insurance definition is somebody who I do not have an insurable interest in.
Okay.
Like your neighbor down the street who looks after your kids and doesn't charge you anything. You would love to be able to insure her, but you have no legal insurable interest in her. So she would be considered a stranger
Okay.
in terms
So
of
here,
life insurance.
okay, okay. And in direct opposition, you see that?
Right.
To the principle of not that.
Nope.
Oh, it's A then.
It is a, yes. It's directly.
Which of
Stop.
which option is being utilized when the insurer accumulates dividends at interest? Okay. Insurer accumulates dividends at interest and then uses the accumulated dividends plus interest and the policy cash value to pay the policy up early. Those are paid up option. Paid up addition, I don't see addition in there. Dividend accumulation option, accumulation at interest, paid up option.
Don't answer. Okay. All right.
Right, though.
Okay.
Do you have a comment to make on this?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was
You wanted to
talking.
get it back.
I was talking to my dog.
Okay. 989. Okay, so now let me go ahead and Gordon.